stretches for or dynamic warm-ups for runners. So just a couple of them, but at the moment we're just going to come into child's pose. Open those hips a little, stretch out the spine. So keep your arms straight and lifted, lift the elbows. And then curl your tailbone under as you push your palms away. And then inhale. Coming up, place your hands as in down dog. Index finger forward. And then tuck your toes under. So you can do this from with your knees down or from plank. And actually this isn't a run warm-up. I lied. There'll be one coming. So we're also going to look at warming up the shoulders as well. So just rocking, so you can be on your knees, but you want to bring your shoulders in front of your wrists. So rock back, rock forward. But keep straight arms, keep pressing up through the palms, squeeze the core, and drop your knees down. And then we're going to turn the fingers to point out. So you're in tabletop position, fingers are pointing out, press the whole of the palm down, finger knuckles, and then a little rock side to side. Just gently. And then you can do little circles. So just stretching through the forearms. But feel your core here, turn the other way. You want to be pressing out between the shoulder blades. Okay, and come up. Give the wrist a little shake. Do a little figure of 8 with the clasped hands. And then place your hands well, come up into down dog. Take 3 breaths here, just settling into it. You can bend your knees a little. And then rock your hips side to side. And walk your hands towards your feet. Hands to hips, squeeze your thighs towards each other, reach the chest up. Okay, so we're going to, it was called the Frankenstein walk, we did just say, so we're just going to do a few of those. So it's a lift a straight right leg and touch with your left fingers towards your toes. You don't have to actually touch your toes if you can't. Warming up the hamstrings. Last pair. Okay, come to the front. So we're going to do 2 Surya Namaskar A. Standing in Tadasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, tip your tailbone up. Exhale, palms down. Stepping back, roll forward into plank. Before you lower, press through the palms, squeeze your core, lift up between the shoulder blades. Then bend the elbows back, lowering to cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, lifting the hips into down dog. Walk the dog, slowly paddling the heels or rolling the knees under, whatever feels good. Make sure your hands are placed well, and then inhale up on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward. Come forward to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to heart center. Inhale to Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale to Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, stepping back. Before Chaturanga, press up between the shoulder blades. Squeeze your core, thighs squeeze to the midline, and then lowering to up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale, up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Come forward to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. So standing, this is another dynamic. So warming up through the deep hip openers. So hip rotators, sorry. So you're going to inhale, lift your left knee, and you can hold it with your hand if you need to, and then guiding the knee out, or you can just do it with your hands to your hips. Inhale, back to center, exhale down, other leg, inhale, out to the side, back to center, and use your breath. And one will no doubt feel stiffer than the other. Focus on the breath. See if there's an easy flow of movement. If you feel it sticking a bit, then just help rest the knee and the hand a little to guide it out. Take your time. So we're going to do 1 more each side. Obviously this is helping with ankle strength, shins, etc. Okay, and release. Come to the front of the mat. You're going to inhale, step the left foot back into warrior 2. Bring your arms out to the side. So remembering that as you sink into the right knee, lift up through the left thigh, lift up through the pelvic floor. But feel now that your hips and your shoulders are facing in the same direction. Lift your shoulders up, right up to your ears, and shrug them back. And we're going to do a few little circles. So this is building strength in the deltoids. Lifting up. Circles back. I can hear all this crunching. Once more that way, and then go back the other way. So little circles, not huge movements. So trying as you come down, you're relaxing the shoulder blades down and then lifting. So getting that, mobilizing the upper back. Then bring your hands to your hips. Take the arms wide, warrior 2, look over the front hand. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, keep the arms wide. Turn your feet parallel. Actually, we'll step to the front so you can see me. Now you're going to take the other side back. So it's going to be right leg back, left toes point forward, warrior two on the left side. Same thing, take the arms wide. So really feel like you're broadening through the chest, so you're reaching out towards through each fingertips, and then lift the shoulders up, shrug them up to your ears and back, and then little circles. And then back the other way. So trying to fine tune it so you're not using the lats to pull the shoulders up to your ears. It's little movements. If you need to rest your hands down, bring them to your hips. Relax your shoulders. Inhale, warrior two. Now look over your front hand. Shoulders drawn down your back, shoulder blades down your back. Inhale, hands to hips. Turn your feet parallel. So lifting up through the thighs. So you'll feel almost like you're not hyperextending through the knees. You're lifting up kneecaps even in this wide leg position. Bring your arms wide. Bring them into cactus. So keep that energy in the legs. Squeeze the legs, the shins and thighs towards the midline. Lift up through the pelvic floor. Your elbows are at shoulder height. Now little pulses back. So don't come forward. You want little pulses just going back. But keep that lift up through the thighs. Exhale, hands to hips, bend your knees slightly, heel toe till you can bring your feet together. Okay, so from the front of the mat, exhale, bend your knees, relax your head and shoulders down, 2 fingers and the thumb wrap around your big toes. Take your elbows out to the side and lift your hips, squeeze the thighs. You want to try and, as you lift, you're trying to keep your tummy towards your thighs. Elbows go out to the side. So it doesn't matter about the straight legs, it's more the action of the hips. Lifting the hips up, squeeze through your core. And then inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Release your hands to your hips. Inhale, coming up. And take a breath here a moment. And now we're just going to flow a little. So warming up those shoulders. So paying attention that when we come through chaturanga, that we've warmed the shoulders up. They might be feeling a bit tired, but you want to make sure that you're pushing out between the shoulder blades. So really engaging your core. Okay. Taking a vinyasa. So bend your knees, palms down, step back, roll forward into plank, push up between the shoulder blades, hug the elbows to your ribs, lowering to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, bring the right leg up behind you, roll forward into plank. Bring the right foot between your hands. Drop the back heel down for warrior one. So your feet can be hip distance apart, toes pointing forward, sink through the right knee. Hips level to the front of the mat. Inhale, your arms up. You can have James Bond fingers if it's easier. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Drive the left heel into the mat. Exhale, take a vinyasa. Step back, roll into plank. Lowering through chaturanga. Inhale. to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg. Roll into plank. Knee to nose, place the left foot between your hands. Drop the right heel down with the toes pointing forward. Warrior one on the left side. Really strong through that back thigh. Inhale, arms up, palms together, look up, sink through the left knee. Exhale, palms down, take a vinyasa, roll forward into plank, lowering chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg and hold it there. So now rolling the thigh under you, so the knee points down, point your toe. Press through the palms, lower the left heel to the mat. Feel that calf stretch. Inhale, roll the right knee forward, bring the right foot between your hands. And you can separate the feet, so feet hip distance apart. Stay on the ball of the back foot. And you're going to come up into high lunge. So sinking the hips down. So your right knee is above the right ankle, but lift up through the back thigh. Don't have that back knee bent. Lift up, squeeze the thighs to the midline. Inhale, your arms up. And as you reach up, draw the shoulder blades down your back. Curl through the upper back, look up. Squeeze the thighs to the midline. Exhale, palms down. Take a vinyasa, step the feet back, roll into plank. Lowering to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, lift the left leg, lower the right heel to the mat and level your hips, so rolling the left thigh under you, point the toes. Inhale, roll forward into plank, left knee to nose, place the left foot down. So squeeze the thighs, take your feet hip distance apart. Keep bending through the left knee, lifting up, so sink the hips, lift up through the right thigh. Inhale, your arms up, draw the shoulder blades down your back. So feel as you start to look up how it changes your center of gravity. So sinking through the left knee, but really squeeze the thighs to the midline. Start to curl the chest up, look up, draw the arm bones down. Exhale, vinyasa. So if you find that this is too much, you can come into child's pose or just meet us in down dog. Roll forward into plank. Lower to chaturanga. Inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale to down dog. Inhale, lift the right leg. Roll into plank, right foot between your hands. Now we're going to turn sideways. So the left toes are going to point out slightly to the left. The right toes, but your right knee is going to be above the right ankle, but the toes are pointing outwards. And then we're going to, so as you lean to the right, so press through all four corners of the left foot. You're feeling a stretch here, and then come the other side. So it's really trying to feel the stretch on the inner thigh. Changing sides. Be careful with the knees, you want them to track over the feet. So the thighs are going in the direction of the feet. Last side. And coming up Turn your left foot and parallel to the back of the mat. Turn your right foot forward, lift up through the thighs, relax your shoulders down, take your arms wide, Trikonasana, take the left hip back. So feeling that inner thigh stretch, but lift up through the kneecaps so you don't hyperextend through the back of that knee. Reach over the front leg. Lovely stretch for the inner thigh, but keep pulling up through the kneecap. Reach, reach, reach. Side body long, and then tip. Lean back. Tuck the right buttock under. Look up at the top hand. Draw your shoulder blades down your back, so shoulders away from ears. Squeeze the thighs as if they're squeezing to the midline. Inhale. Coming up. Exhale. Hands to hips. Turn your feet to face out. Same thing. You're just going to rock side to side. But trying to open through the hips here a little so your knees can track in the direction of your feet. And starting to sink a little lower, so just getting that action through the hips. Okay, I'm going to turn now, so we're going to do a triangle on the left side, but you might want to step back to the front of the mat so you can see me. But the right foot parallel to the back of the mat, left foot points forward, lift up through the thighs, so straight legs, Trikonasana. Take the right hip back, take your arms wide, so squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other, slide them down your back, reach over the front leg, the left leg, reach, 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 side body long, and then tip, look up at the top hand. So keeping the shoulders away from your ears, and then pull up through the left thigh, so you can feel you can extend through the chest. Inhale, coming up, hands to hips, turn your feet parallel, and then step back to the front of the mat. And then we're going to come and sit. Take your feet wide, and same as yesterday, it might be easier to prop your hips a little, so you can tilt the front of the pelvis forward. Clasp your hands in front of you with straight arms, lift up through the core, reach forward, and then you're going to roll. This is churning the mill. So keeping the arms straight, but you want to keep the core strong, the legs strong, so flexing at the ankles and drawing big circles. So rocking through the hips here, feeling the hamstrings, and then turn the other way. Okay, release the hands down. So taking the legs as wide as you can, which will be helped by lifting your hips up. So if you're a bit tight through your hamstrings, flex the feet. And then bring your fingertips in front of you. Straight arms, press your fingertips down, lift your chest, and try and gently roll the hips forward slightly. So you can start to creep your hands forward. You can put more cushions under you, more rolled up towels, whichever is feeling that opening through the hips. But really engage the core. The further you come forward, you'll feel how you need to really pull up through the kneecaps, lift through the thighs, and then press the back of the thighs down. And then start to curl in. So really squeezing the pelvic floor, navel to spine. Relax your head and shoulders. Use your core. Inhale. Coming up. And then exhale, we're going to slide the right hand down towards your ankle. Bring your left hand, and the other way around, but the other hand to the hip. And start to roll as you lean towards the side. You're going to open through the rib cage. So rolling that left ribs open. Inhale, come back to sit. Slide the other hand towards the other ankle. So as you slide towards, so really strong through the legs, keep lifting up through the kneecaps, rolling the chest open, folding towards the straight leg. And then come back up, hands behind knees, lift the knees up, come into Baddha Konasana, butterfly. So hands on your ankles, lift up through the chest. Gently squeezing the outer hip, so your glute medius, minimus on the outside, squeezing to help with those abductors. Bring your hands to your toes, lift the chest, press out towards the knees, and curl in. Inhale, reach the chest forward. Lift your knees up slightly, come into a cross-leg position, hands on your thighs. Sit up nice and tall, relax your shoulders, close your eyes. Inhaling deeply, exhaling completely. Bring your hands to your heart center, lowering your head and opening your eyes. Namaste.